All right. So in Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, without form and void. See, that first state of the earth, the introduction of God and creation was the earth being without form, and it was void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And God saw the light. That's what he saw, the light. That it was good. And God divided the light from darkness. Now, the first state of the earth in verse 2 was the earth was without form. And form is it doesn't have any like lines. Like when something has a form, it has a structure, or it has a shape. Yeah, has a shape, and shape has lines to connect it, right? So when you look at the earth had no form, so nothing connected. It was just shapeless, nothing connected. And that's pretty much how the beginning state, this is how you know God is calling you or drawing you. When nothing of this life connects. In other words, it's like you're living for something greater than just going to work. You know what I'm saying? It's like it don't make sense. Like what makes other people happy, you know what I'm saying, with just life in itself, it doesn't make you happy, because it's like you have this question of, why am I here? It has to be more than just my 9 to 5. It has to be more than just, me pleasing this woman, or, pleasing a person. It has to be more than just going to college. It has to be more than just getting a good job to chase money, because if life is about that, well, then life would have always been about money or college. You know what I'm saying? College wasn't around thousands and thousands of years ago. You know what I'm saying? Money wasn't around thousands, millions of years ago. So life can't be about those things. Life has to be about what it has always been about, which we'll, find out here later. But anyway, so that's the first state of the earth. It was without form. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. It was shapeless. No lines to connect. No shape. No lines that could connect. It was no shape. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's the first state of when God is calling somebody. You come to an awareness of, it has to be more. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It is not, it's like you missing something. The lines are not connecting. The lines of what you see in life, what everybody else is living for, what makes everybody else happy. It doesn't make you happy. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't give you that full satisfaction. And it's like you're missing something. You know what I'm saying? That's just how the earth was. The earth was without form, and watch this, and void. It was empty. It was empty. It was empty. And it recognized, see, that's the next phase, that emptiness. You know what I'm saying? Like, a person will recognize that emptiness within their soul. in that emptiness, we always try to fulfill it. When you think about just life in itself, just think about what people do. Generally, people chase happiness. They chase happiness with alcohol, chase happiness with drugs, chase happiness with sexual intercourse, chase happiness with what else? Well, chase happiness with just activities. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody wants to feel happy. Everybody wants to feel happy. They want to feel happiness either way it comes. With entertainment, with sports, power, fame, or whatever. People want that feeling of happiness. Well, why is that? Because I think deep down, everybody knows that there's something missing with inside of them. You know what I'm saying? Like if you really, search look, in your heart, and really just really analyze yourself and realize, like, man, yeah, I do want happiness. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm chasing ultimately what will keep me in a continual state of joy, pleasure, or happiness. Well, why is that? Because everybody is void. Everybody is void of the Spirit of God within them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's void and everybody's searching for that. But everybody don't recognize it. Everybody don't know it. There are certain people, the ones that God draws, and they become born again when the Spirit of God reveals Himself to them, and then they become born again, and they were thirsty. That's why Jesus told the woman at the well, when she was getting water at the well, and he told her, he said, I have living water, and once you have this living water, you should never thirst anymore. And she was like, well, where can I find this water, that I should never thirst? And then Jesus said, I am the living water. In other words, he was basically telling her that, everybody is thirsty. Everybody has that emptiness, that craving, that desire deep within them. And we try to fulfill it with just these temporal spurts of happiness. What makes us happy? You know what I'm saying? But it only makes you happy for a moment of time. But it doesn't bring you that deep soul joy that only the Spirit of God can give you. But anyway, so that was the next state of the earth. Void, empty. Watch this. The next state of it, it says, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. Darkness. So again, it was without form, nothing connected. It was void, empty inside, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. Darkness meaning you couldn't see, can't see in darkness, unable to see. You know what I'm saying? And darkness was upon the face of the deep. Now, I understand this darkness. I notice what it says where the darkness was. The darkness was upon the face. And when you think about the face, what's on the face? The main component on your face that really directs your whole body is your eyes. So look at what it says. And darkness was upon the face of the deep. And see what happens when God is drawing a person, they're in this same state. In the beginning, they were without form, and no lines, nothing connects. Right, in life, nothing connects, nothing makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like what brings other people happiness don't bring you happiness. You know what I'm saying? What satisfies, other people in life doesn't satisfy you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something missing. The next phase is void, empty. You realize you're missing something, but you can't figure it out, and you don't know what it is. The next state, darkness was upon the face. Notice what it says, the face of the deep. And the main component that really directs the whole body on your face is your eyes. Because what happens is you're blinded, and that's everybody, on the earth. And when God draws you, this is the state of every person, spiritually blind, unable to see truth, unable to see the reality of God, unable to see the reality of his will, unable to see the things of the Spirit, unable to see the truth of his word that's in the Bible, unable to just unable to see the things of the kingdom of God, spiritually blinded. Now watch this. Now the next state, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters, and God said, "Let there be light." Now notice where the Spirit of God moved upon. It moved upon the face. There you go again with that face. Moved upon the face of the waters. You see, I believe that face is significant. The face is the eyes, those spiritual eyes that allow you to see what you couldn't see before. Before you was in darkness, you couldn't see. But when the Spirit of God moves, the first thing that he gives you light is within your eyes. Verse 3, and God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. Now, it's interesting because it's a lot. There's a lot in this. We'll pick up tomorrow because, I know this is pretty long. But you'll see, like, when Satan deceived Eve and Adam and Eve, and they bit the forbidden fruit, the first thing that happened was that their eyes, what happened? It was their eyes, their spiritual eyes was back in darkness, was in darkness, and then their fleshly eyes, or their fleshly eyes, or their natural understanding of this fallen world, they was able to perceive. But their spiritual eyes, the eyes that allowed them to understand and see and perceive the will of God, the eyes that allowed them to see everything in the spectrum of how God sees it, to see everything in the spectrum of truth. And truth is only revealed by the Spirit of God. That was taken from them. That ability to see was taken away. And their natural spectrum of perception was then opened, or they were open to only see the things in this natural spectrum and unable to see the things of God. But anyway, so we'll pick it back up tomorrow, and I guess I'll start at Genesis chapter 1, verse 5. Then we'll just, pick it up from there. But hey, thank y'all for checking out the Bible study. I'm gonna try to do these every day, and so we can, all grow strong spiritually, then also, physically, So, hey, I appreciate y'all coming through. You have a blessed day. Peace.